Okay, now we'll start part 2 of 3 for social media research, our lecture on social media research. Okay, in this video, we'll be talking about social media metrics, including basic, channel, and behavioral metrics. Our basic metrics are our followers, that's our community size, how many people are following us on a specific account. So if my organization is WVU Athletics, I would have X number of followers on Instagram, X number of followers on Facebook, etc. The reach is the number of people who have seen your content. So we'll talk a little bit more about this in a second, but some people see the same things over and over again. That doesn't necessarily compile to more reach if it's the same people viewing it over and over. And then impressions are the number of times your content was viewed. So one person might have the same content appear in their news feed multiple times, like the example I just gave. Each of the instances that that person sees that content is counted as one impression. So if 5 people see the same post twice, the impression number would be 10, right? And if 5 people see the same post twice, the reach would be 5 because there's 5 people. Okay. Some more basic metrics. Engagement rate, that's the number of interactions with a post divided by the number of audience times 100. And engagement rate is the interaction, including reactions, comments, shares, etc. So this is when you see something on Instagram that you really like, posted by an organization, and you share it with your buddy or your mom or whatever, or just likes or comments or whatever. Then also it includes like your audience, which is typically the number of followers, and your community size, like I said before. But consider non-followers. This is important. Consider non-followers who get exposed to your content also. So those people who you're sending that post to that don't necessarily follow those accounts, they're getting exposed too. Then there's sentiment. This is important because it's how people feel about your content and the mood of the conversation. So we monitor mentions and we analyze the sentiment in the mentions. So you could have a lot of mentions because of something that was bad, right? And that's not really good PR for your organization. Hopefully the sentiment is good, positive about the organization, but we can measure that based on the mentions and the sentiment of those mentions. Okay. Microsoft had this really great campaign that was intended to celebrate women inventors and inspire girls to pursue careers in STEM. It was actually, it was successful, and we'll watch this video. Oh, not on here though. Let me stop sharing and reshare.
Women make up half the population, yet only 7% of patents are held by them, and that's a ridiculous waste of potential. To call attention to this problem, Microsoft started asking questions.
One inventor is Benjamin Franklin.
Leonardo da Vinci. Thomas
Edison.
No. It's kind of a tough one.
In school, it was always a male inventor. I just realized.
We realized girls needed more role models, so we gave them some.
Oh my God, there's so much. I didn't even know they even know that stuff. You're surprised because they only talk about Einstein and Benjamin.
The media took notice,
Microsoft's new ad for International Women's Day is trending today.
and so did the world. Within a month, we received over 184 million media impressions, and brand sentiment hit an unprecedented 83% as the search for women inventors more than tripled. But we didn't just stop at the discussion. We encouraged girls to make what's next with our new patent program. This first-of-its-kind program for young female inventors provides the guidance and funding to file a patent. We kicked it off by asking girls everywhere to share their incredible ideas.
So for our future prototype, we would like to create a device that looks like this.
Then we connected them with tech role models at South by Southwest to help make their ideas a reality, so that Microsoft can help unleash the inventive power of women and inspire girls everywhere.
It gives me like motivation that I can invent something and make maybe like a change in the world, and that would be really cool.
Okay, so you'll notice there was a mention of sentiment in that post. So they mentioned that in the video, but the sentiment behind the campaign was overall positive, right? Let me share my screen again here. It's a really good example of high volume of conversation and sentiment there. And you can see here, well, you might not be able to because my little bar thing is in the way. Let me move it over. I don't know where to take it. Okay, so you can see the volume by number of posts and then the sentiment here. I'm interested what happened on these negative loops, and I'm not sure what they are, but yeah, you can see kind of how that played out. The positive 5 points, typically it's looking like it correlates with this volume of number post. So that's interesting. All right, now channel metrics. This is unique to a specific channel. So if Microsoft was putting this on Facebook, the channel metrics would be like how many impressions did it get on Facebook. Retweets are a different thing. On like if you were on X and you were retweeting something, that would be a different channel metric. All right, behavioral metrics include conversion rate, so the number of conversions by the number of total clicks times 100. Conversion is how often social media content leads to actions. So if I see an ad and I click on it and I buy what they're selling. This is including like a newspaper subscription, a download, sale, whatever it is. And then we have amplification rate, often referred to as AR. This is the number of posts shares by the number of followers times 100. So the ratio of shares, how many times you share the post, to the number of followers. The higher your amplification rate, the more your followers are expanding your reach. And that's to how many people you get your message to. Okay, next video will be social media and listening. Stand by.